was my horror night.
Welcome to the Last Video Store and happy 4th of July. I'm your host, Bud Hattenfield, and today we were supposed to do a summer camp movie, Camp Massacre, but we're going to pause it and put it on next week in honor of today's holiday, and we're going to be doing the 1997 classic, Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam was directed by William Lustig, who had directed other movies such as Maniac and Maniac Cop 1 and 2. It was written by Larry Cohen, who had did a bunch of movies on his own, such as Q the Winged Serpent, Return to Salem's Lot, the It's Alive movies with the killer babies, and The Stuff. And it starred Isaac Hayes, Bo Hopkins, Timothy Bottoms, Robert Forster, PJ Soles, William Smith, and David Shark Freilich as the lead, Uncle Sam. Uncle Sam, the official dead count, I think it's 15, but they count Uncle Sam twice. And there's 2 soldiers who supposedly in the helicopters. But we're not going to count either of those. All the ones that's on scene, not counting Uncle Sam, is going to be 12 dead bodies. We get 1 pair of breasts, but we're not going to show you that. We're going to let Captain Spaulding cover up. This movie was released on July 4th, 1997, 26 years ago. And it opens up in Kuwait with a shot down helicopter. And we find out that the helicopter was shot down by American troops with what's called friendly fire. And the guy that's in the passenger seat of the helicopter is Master Sergeant Sam Harper. So he looks like he's dead. He's all burned up and whatnot. And as his American troops come to check on him, he awakes and kills this little soldier guy and a supervisor or high-ranking official. And that character is played by William Smith, who was in the first Maniac Cop. Character actor, he was in the second Any Way But Loose or Any Which Way You Can with Clint Eastwood and the orangutan. He was the main fighter that he fought at the end. Well, anyway, Sam Harper wakes up, kills both of them, and passes back out. And that's the start of our movie.
I see it just up ahead, sir.
Got him.
Must have been buried in a sandstorm soon after it crashed. Another storm revealed the wreckage.
Did you find anybody from the crew?
No survivors. All bodies badly burned beyond recognition.
Thank you, Captain.
Itapu!
Sergeant,
Sir!
get in that helicopter. See if you can ID anybody by their tags. Now, son.
Yes, sir.
Damn it. God damn it.
It's a crime we did this. Friendly fire?
Sergeant, I don't want to hear that crap. These things happen in war. Now get on with it.
Master Sergeant Sam Harper.
Don't be afraid. It's only friendly fire.
So late one night, I'm guessing it's been some time because probably Sam Harper has been lost overseas in the war for a very long time. His wife, who's now dating the town sheriff, I guess she moved on. because they had mentioned something about he was MIA. They didn't know if he was alive or dead, but they were thinking that he was dead. Well, she comes home from a date with the sheriff, and she's met by a staff sergeant who's played by Bo Hopkins. He was in all kind of movies. The second from Dusk Till Dawn. He was in a really cool underrated movie called Mutants. All kind of, I think Small Town in Texas was another one that he was in. Anyway, he's a big actor. He was in a bunch of stuff. He was in the original American Graffiti, and I think he had a part in the second one as well. But I'm rambling. But he tells the wife that, yes, we've located your husband, Sam Harper, and he was killed. So, yeah, we're going to be shipping the body to you momentarily.
How come I can't come in?
You're supposed to be on duty.
Who's gonna know? All right. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna be off in about an hour. I can come back.
Just stop that and get on with your business. We have all weekend.
Well, can I at least get a goodnight kiss?
You already did.
Mrs. Harper?
Who are you?
Oh, I'm sorry to startle you. You weren't in, so I waited.
What do you want?
It's about your husband.
Sam? It's been over 3 years. My God, he's not alive.
A Kuwaiti military unit discovered his crashed helicopter in the desert. They positively identified the body.
All this time not knowing.
Well, now, if you want, he could be interred in the National Cemetery.
No, there's a place for him next to his mother and father.
I'll make arrangements to stay on and supervise the details. I'm staying at this motel if you need any assistance on my part.
Thank you.
He's entitled to be buried with full military honors, Mrs. Harper. He was a hero. These are his dog tags.
So the character of Jed, played by Isaac Hayes, he's an old soldier, and we find out that he knew Sam Harper, especially when he was a kid, and he pretty much told him all the glory stories. And I'm not going to say what caused him to enlist, but it kind of gave him a good idea, and Jed feels very guilty about it.
Too many rolls and jelly donuts. Too many mothballs, too. Phew. Sergeant Jed Crowley reporting his order.
So back at home, Sam's, I'm guessing, younger sister, she's a divorcee, and she's raising one son who absolutely adores Sam. He wants to be just like his Uncle Sam in every way, loves the military, pretty much models his whole life about it. And we see a scene where he's reading a comic book.
Yeah, Sarge. Hang on, everyone. This party's gonna get a little wild. Blast it! I might as well be loading with a heap of empty helmets. Just trying not to squeeze off one shot. Sergeant Sam Harper takes his aim in. Look out, Captain! I've still got a few tricks up my sleeve. Fire! Rat-tat-tat, rat-tat-tat.
Hey, look at you. Aren't you going to work today?
I'm taking the day off.
You look drained. What's the matter? Jody, why don't you go get your books?
Okay.
Come on, let's go. Did you clean up that broken glass in your room?
Yeah, before I went back to sleep.
Oh, what's the matter?
Somebody from the army came by the house late last night. They found Sam's body.
Oh my God.
For a minute, I thought that he was going to tell me that he was still alive. I thought about that so many times, about him coming in the house, walking through the door, and it all starting all over again.
Why couldn't they have just sent a telegram?
I don't know. They're arranging for the body to be sent back here. I don't know how Phil is going to react to all of this.
Don't worry. He knows how you felt about Sam.
I thought I'd almost forgotten the way he made me feel. The fear when I knew he was in the house, and maybe I can still tell them not to send the remains back.
Look, Louise, if you don't do the right thing, people won't stop talking about it.
So Jody, the nephew, he finds out that his uncle has passed, and you can see that he has a box underneath his bed that's full of Sam's medals, and he, like I said, he's proud of him. His uncle's his hero, so he takes his medals to school and tells his class and teacher, played by Timothy Bottoms, about what had happened. Now, in this movie, there's a lot of talk, kind of anti-military or whatever the hell it is. I'm not going to get into it. But it's pretty much shown that Timothy Bottoms' character, he was Sam's teacher when Sam was a kid. And he was against the Vietnam War because that's the era that he grew up in. And he possibly went to Canada to flee going over and serving his country.
Mr. Crandall,
Yes, Jody.
something happened at our house. A soldier came and told us that my uncle's body got found over there in Kuwait.
Sam? Sam Harper? Yes. Do you know he was a student in my class?
How'd the guy get killed? He was a gunner in a chopper that got shot down. But there was a lot of talk that it might have been us that did it.
Why would we shoot our own helicopter down?
Well, it's called friendly fire. You have to understand, mistakes are made in combat. It's always a tragic situation when things like that happen.
My Uncle Sam, he fought in Grenada and down in Panama. He had medals. My Aunt Louise let me have them, if you want to see.
Yes, sure. Bring them up here, Jody. Share them with the class.
He was a master sergeant in a special assault unit. When he got wounded down in Panama, they gave him this. It's a Purple Heart. Were you ever in the Army, Mr. Crandall?
No, I can't say that I ever was.
How come?
Well, I grew up during Vietnam. And many people thought that was an unjust war. Many young people, like myself, protested the war. In fact, some people left the country for a while.
Ran away?
It was a very difficult thing to do, Jody. But you have to understand, those who left the country felt it was a lesser evil than blindly following orders they knew were wrong.
My Uncle Sam said you guys were cowards.
Okay. Please, just take your seat.
I didn't say you were. I just said that's what he said. He was my uncle. Is it all right if I touch it?
It's sealed.
How come I can't see him?
Well, your uncle suffered a great deal, son.
I have all his medals. I want to put them inside. He should have them on.
You know what? I think he'd rather you kept them. You're very proud of him, aren't you?
He was the only one around here who ever did anything important. In 8 or 9 years, I'll be able to enlist.
I bet you can't wait. Nice to have met you, soldier.
So Jody's single mother is dating this little douchebag attorney, and he talks about how he had just won against the American government because he had used some dirty tactics and shit like that. So you can tell Jody don't like this dude. He's a cowardice, cheating piece of shit. Aren't they all? But I'm splitting hairs here. So like I said, you can tell that he definitely don't respect him and he don't like him. So as nighttime hits, Jody wants to open up the casket because he wants his Uncle Sam to have the medals.
I'm in the mood to celebrate tonight. We beat the government's ears off in court.
That's great.
Yep, the judge upheld every one of our tax shelters. We would have been in real trouble if they'd done their homework, but of course the IRS sends down a couple of junior agents who've got a huge workload. They haven't got time to go over all the documents. We just wear them out by burying them in tons of paper.
You mean you cheated them?
Jody.
I'm just smarter than they are, Jody. That's all.
It's Ralph's job, Jody. He's very good at it.
You see, Jody, nobody likes to pay taxes. But before you know it, the government is taking half of what you earn. We've just figured out legal ways of getting around it.
I'm finished.
No, you're not.
Hey, how would you like to join me up on the float in the parade on Thursday? I'm going to be Abraham Lincoln. Yep, I have been Honest Abe for the last 5 years now. I even bought the damn costume so I don't have to rent it anymore. What do you say?
No, thanks. Must be awful lonely being dead.
We're at the funeral. Jed, who's Isaac Hayes' character, goes over and meets Jody for the first time. And you could tell that he was a part of the family, being that he was the mentor to a young Sam Harper. And he has a conversation with Jody because Jody's excited about enlisting and whatnot. And Isaac Hayes, who's one of the best actors ever, and yes, I stand by that, he tells Jody that, no, you don't want to do that. It's a different time. Pretty much trying to talk him out of it.
You like some refreshments, Jed?
Oh, no thanks.
You know, Sam really looked up to you. He sure did like hearing your stories about the war.
Then I guess I've got a lot to apologize for. I don't have to worry about termites.
You're kidding.
No, I ain't kidding. Tell you what, rap on it if you like. It won't hurt me. Go on.
I heard it got blown right off.
Landmine. What else did they tell you?
Nothing.
Yes, they did. But it wasn't so. Otherwise, how'd I get to be a father? Or a grandfather? No. All those other parts made it back just fine.
I saw a movie once where a guy woke up in the hospital and he could still feel his leg, but it wasn't there anymore.
That's like they call a ghost leg. It's gone, but I swear, some nights I can still feel my toes down there twitching. And then I flip the light on right quick, expecting to see it.
And you just take it off at night?
I'm tossing under the bed. I remember one time, my wife got real mad at me, and she hid it for 2 days. I bet you I behaved then. Yes, sir, I really behaved. You know, she passed over a whole lot of good men with 2 legs to marry me. God love her.
I don't know if I should be in the Army, Marines, or the Air Force.
You get that idea out of your head right now, boy. Things ain't like they used to be when we knew who and what we were fighting for. Hitler and Tojo and Mussolini. We knew what we had to do and why. Today is all mixed up. Nobody knows the whys and wherefores, Sonny. A smart boy like you ought to know enough to keep out of it. Be a doctor. Save some lives. Forget about killing.
Somebody's got to be soldiers.
You don't want to get sent back in a box.
Maybe it's better than dying in bed. Everybody dies anyway.
I guess you aren't gonna listen to me, are you?
Did you try to talk Sam out of it?
Unfortunately, I feel his head full of tales of glory. How we moved up from the beach and took those Korean bunkers out. How my sergeant died and I was given a battlefield promotion to take over the squad. Maybe I didn't tell him that I was the only one of 9 men to survive. And then all of me didn't come back. No, Sam wasn't like you. He was an angry kid. He had to get it out of his system. I remember I took him hunting once, and it scared me. You see, he liked killing.
Isn't that what makes a hero?
Let me tell you something. There are no heroes. Only crazy men who lose their mind in the middle of a battle. Every sane person's got his head down, trying to stay alive. But one lunatic runs out there, out of control, crazy full of hate, and if by some miracle he doesn't die, they pin a ribbon on him and send him home and tell him never to be crazy again. You want to be a hero.
It was all about oil. And that's the God's honest truth, keeping some rich Arabs rich. I mean, those poor boys, they died for nothing.
Why don't you just shut up?
Jody, I'm sorry, but that's it. You're grounded for the whole weekend. I mean, no parade tomorrow, no picnic, no nothing. Do you understand?
Fine. I didn't want to go anyway.
Well, just go up to your room.
Anybody badmouths this country, you go right after them, no matter how big they are. People who don't respect the American way of life deserve to have their butts kicked. Stay tough, soldier. Uncle Sam.
So that night, Uncle Sam awakes, leaves the casket, and we get a scene where this dude dressed up as Uncle Sam on some stilts is at this 2-story house, and he's watching this girl get dressed. So that's rapey, and that's definitely not cool. But the girl who played the character of the spot-on girl, she had decided to get nude only if she could have one of the Uncle Sam masks in the movie Wrapped. So she got what she wanted, you know, good for her. So she catches the guy dressed up as Uncle Sam, who we find out his name is Willie, and he's kind of just a drunken idiot. And he flees the house, and somebody's pretty much stalking him. And he falls over, can't get up, and Uncle Sam comes with some head shears and kills him, takes his costume, and goes out on the town starting to start killing all these un-American motherfuckers.
You got the lighter fluid?
Here, let me do it.
Oh, yeah, get it on. Spread it around, baby. Spread it around. Come on, light it up, light it up, light it up. Got it, man. Chill. Ah!
Yeah!
Oh.
Yeah, come on, swing it. Oh. Let that brass on fire.
You pervert! Stay away from my house. I'm gonna call the cops this time, Willie.
Hey, what the hell are you doing? Jeez, what is this?
Inspector. Stop following me. Now look what you've done. I gotta wear this in the parade tomorrow when it's all messed up. Oh my God. What happened to your face?
I hope you got an eyeful.
All right, let's see what you got.
So in a nearby graveyard, 3 teenage kids are pretty much hanging out around Uncle Sam's headstone in freshly dug grave hole. And they're burning the flag, just being some little shitheads. And Uncle Sam's hanging out watching them. Well, one of the teenagers goes to leave because he's got to play a part into the movie later on, especially for the 4th of July parade and festival, leaving his other 2 buddies behind. Uncle Sam kills them off in a cool mid-90s awesome cheese fashion, and we're starting to get a pretty heavy body count at this point in time.
Nothing.
Oh, yeah! No! Oh!
In the hole.
Lucky shot, man. Oh.
Yeah, I'll catch up with you guys in a second.
Where you going? All right, later.
What are you doing? What is that? Stop! Stop! What are you... What are you doing? Stop, please! Stop it!
Oh. Oh, God. Oh.
Taking him so long.
I don't know, man. Maybe we better go back and look for him.
Nope. I gotta get back before my dad sobers up and finds out I'm gone.
All right, you go on then. I'm gonna go back and look.
Good night.
Rick, where are you? Come on, man, quit fooling around. Where are you? Let's go home. Hey, Rick, you still here?
the next day, 4th of July, and Timothy Bottom's character, the teacher, he's talking to his student who's supposed to be George Washington. And, hey, where's your hatchet? I don't know, maybe I left it in the classroom. So he goes back. That's where Uncle Sam is hiding with the hatchet, and we can see that he pretty much chops down his cherry tree himself, killing off Timothy Bottom's character.
Taylor, remember now, you are young Washington, and Jeff, you're his father. Taylor, put the can of soda down. I want you to take this seriously.
All right, the hatchet. Where's the hatchet?
You don't have it? Well, who's got the hatchet?
I've had about enough of this nonsense.
Well, maybe it's back in the classroom. I'll go look.
No, Taylor, you stay right where you are. I'll go get it.
Where is that hatchet?
Hey, what's the holdup? We'll miss our place in the march.
Mr. Crandall went back to get the axe.
So PJ Souls, she plays the part of a grieving mother. What it is, I guess the year beforehand, the 3 teenage kids, the ones that get killed, the 2 in the graveyard and the one that gets killed in Potato Sack Race, they had did something to her son in the fireworks, so now he's in a wheelchair and he's blind and he's got a bunch of scars on one side of his body. Well, he was Jody's best friend, and since the accident, he's kind of just been stuck at home with his parents. So Jody tries to talk to him and comfort him and whatnot. But this little character plays a little part because as he's sitting by himself, Uncle Sam approaches him, touches him, and tells him, hey, I'm going to do all those things that you want me to do because I'm going to get justice for you because I'm fucking Uncle Sam. I want you.
I don't want to go. That's exactly why we are going. So they can all see what they did to you.
Madge, if the boy feels uncomfortable...
It's just like you to back down again.
They were all juveniles. No one was going to put them in jail.
They're all going to be there today. Their parents, too. All of them having such a good time. Well, they won't have so much fun once we get there.
So the third teenage boy who had left the cemetery the night before, he's singing the national anthem and he's just making a mockery of it because he's a little piece of shit. So he gets interrupted, he runs off, shows his ass to the crowd, and the mayor of the town has to make the best of it.
Now I'd like to welcome you all here today to our glorious 4th of July celebration. But before I introduce Congressman Cummings and all our entertainers, we're going to have the national anthem sung by young Jesse Colbert. So Jesse, why don't you come on up here?
Well, Rick and Cleet, this is for you guys. Miss Brasher.
Oh, son, can you see by the dawn's early light what's so perfect? They will at the twilight let me. That's right.
Folks, I think we can do a lot better than that ourselves. What do you say, huh? Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the path for the
Who is it? Who are you?
I'm here to do what you want me to.
What do you mean?
I'll make them all feel your pain.
What is your name?
Even in darkness, You can see me better than those with eyes. You know me.
So the governor, played by Robert Forster, he was in the first Alligator movie. He was in all kind of things. Original Gangsters, which was also directed by Larry Cohen. Very good actor. Him, Bo Hopkins, William Smith, and Isaac Hayes, they all pretty much passed away within like the last 10, 15 years. So they were some good actors. So it sucked they were at the end of that line, but they did some really good work, especially in this movie.
All right, now, take a look here. Glasses? No glasses.
No glasses.
Huh. Don't I have anything better to do than waste the day talking to these hicks?
Alvin, you need every vote you can get, not to get reelected.
You don't have much.
Keep being recalled.
Look, said the crowd was gonna be friendly, Dan.
Jodie's mom's boyfriend, who is playing Honest Abe, how ironic is that? And we have a scene with him and Chef Isaac Hayes. Hello, children. And he's pretty much dissing the national anthem, just being a piece of shit. So you know Uncle Sam's around and he's listening.
I suppose you found it quite amusing when that boy went up there and made mockery of the national anthem. Your kind of humor.
Hell, it's a lousy song. Nobody can remember the words. I'll give you $50 if you can recite all the words without making a single mistake. See? You can't do it. Nobody can do it. Francis Scott Key. I mean, what else did he ever write? Nothing. Not a single other hit.
The hell did he know? I'm all right. I'm all right.
So in this scene right here, we get this girl. She's at a smoker barbecue pit making some ribs. She got a big old meat cleaver cutting up the ribs, and she leaves to go smoke some weed. And that's when the sheriff finds her, takes the weed, tell her ass to get back to work. And the meat cleaver's now gone.
Looking for it, aren't you?
What are you gonna do?
Well, what do you think I ought to do? Kid your age. Where'd you get this shit from?
I found it.
Mm-hmm. You got any more on you? Come on, empty out your pockets. Mm-hmm. Now, I want you to get back there and you help your mother at that smoker. You work the rest of the day, you make yourself useful, and maybe we'll let this go. You hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now where's the cleaver?
Little teenage douchebag who fucked up the national anthem. It's time for the potato sack race, and he's entered it and going around knocking people over trying to win because he's just a little piece of shit. Well, he gets off course, falls down a hill, and Uncle Sam is waiting for him with the meat cleaver and cuts his head off. So that's actually pretty cool. That's some justice right there.
Go!
out, girl! Watch out! Get out of my way, girl! Watch out! Hey, you, watch out!
Nice costume. Can you help me find my way back to the road? Freak. Who the hell are you?
So we get a scene where Uncle Sam's, like I said, he's still dressed up as Uncle Sam, and he's shooting. I'm guessing with this either BB or pellet gun. It's not a hot powered rifle whatsoever. Anyway, he takes the rifle, wanders off, and then the next scene we get the lawyer character up on his high chair as Abraham Lincoln, and when Jody's mom goes to approach him and talks to him, he falls over, and it showed that he had sustained a single head wound, shot to the head, and he is dead. Pretty much like the real Abraham Lincoln.
Go, try your luck here.
Please don't put your arm around me.
Sorry? Just seems like the natural thing to do. Besides, everyone knows we're seeing each other.
That's not them I'm worried about.
Well, then who is it?
Everybody get lots of munchies? Yay!
I don't know.
Yes.
Come on, Louise. No one's paying any attention to us.
Let's get some ice cream. Hi. Cherry?
That'll be $1.
It's Sam, isn't it? He's long dead, and you're still afraid of him.
It's funny. That's exactly what attracted me to him in high school. Nobody ever got in his way.
Well, we all knew he had a mean streak.
Where you shoot, you should get a job working at the post office. You know, pal, you should take it easy. 'Cause after all, we're doing this for charity.
Hey, Ralph, how long are you gonna sit up there? Come on, am I gonna have to spend the whole day by myself? Don't give me this silent treatment, you.
So the shit has hit the fan. Everybody knows that there's somebody going around killing people and whatnots. And Jody's aunt and mom tells him the truth about Uncle Sam, that he was not such a great guy as he believed.
If Sam was around, this would never have happened. He would have nailed the killer and broke both his arms.
Jody, your uncle wasn't a superhero. Life isn't a comic book.
He was too a hero. Why do you always put him down?
Maybe because he did some very bad things to us.
Like what?
Well, why don't you tell him?
He's too young, he wouldn't understand.
Why wouldn't I understand?
Look, I don't want to discuss it, okay?
Because it's a lie?
Look, why don't you let me tell him? He's got to find out sometime.
Louise, you're exhausted. You don't know what you're saying.
But I do. If we don't do something, he's going to grow up just like Sam.
I am going to be like him.
You see? Jody, your Uncle Sam wanted everybody to be afraid of him. especially me. He hurt me so badly that I was afraid that one day he might kill me.
You're making that up.
Why would I do that? Why would I want you to hate him?
I don't know.
She's telling the truth, Jody. I know it's an awful thing to say, but I was so happy the day that he got married and moved out of the house, because then he'd have another victim instead of me. Louise, I'm sorry. I could have warned Louise. I could have told her about what he'd been doing to me since I was 6 years old. But I didn't. Things I couldn't even tell Mom and Dad. Things I knew were wrong. He had a power over me. I just couldn't fight it.
That's enough. You said enough.
I think that's what came between me and your father. Don't you see, honey? I just couldn't trust men.
Honey, do you understand what she's trying to tell you?
I'm sorry that happened to you.
So the little girl from earlier, I said little girl, teenage girl, the one that was smoking weed with the barbecue pit. She goes to open up the door. She finds the head of the little potato sack douchebag singing character. And she gets killed. I guess smoking weed's un-American. I don't know. But she's killed off, so that's just another add to the body count.
They found another body. This one with the head cut off.
It's time for the fireworks show, and as it's revealed that the governor has somehow been put up there with the fireworks, and Uncle Sam's at the little station where you started all with the triggers and whatnot, like Danny McBride from Tropic Thunder. And he gets killed off, and the town sheriff, the guy who's dating Uncle Sam's wife, goes to intervene, but with the explosion, he falls back, and as he's rolling down, Uncle Sam picks up an American flag with that little point, and it impales the sheriff, and everybody knows, in fact, shit has gone wrong, and Uncle Sam's out and about trying to kill everybody.
Now let me call your kind attention to our fireworks tower and our big show. Take it away.
The little blind kid, I can't think of his name. He's telling Jody, hey, it's your Uncle Sam who's going around killing people because they have no idea who it is. Just some guy dressed up in an Uncle Sam costume. So Jody really don't believe it. So him and Isaac Hayes' character, Jed, they go back to Jody's house to open up the casket because Uncle Sam's supposed to be dead. And when they go to open it up, you see that his Bo Hopkins character, the sergeant, is in fact dead. I think his throat was slit, so another body to the pile. And They know that they got to take care of things because Sam Harper is a very angry man, and he's trying to kill everybody he can just because, you know, he got his own sense of justice.
He won't hurt us. Who? He talked to me. He touched me. You mean the tall guy in the Uncle Sam costume? He knows I'm your friend. He knows me? Did he tell you who he is? Oh, he didn't need to. He's your uncle, Sam Harper. My Uncle Sam? But he's dead. I never said he wasn't.
Take this.
That's the sergeant.
Jesus.
I guess you believe me now.
Yeah, I guess so, kid.
What are we going to do?
Get out of here for sure.
So Jody and Jed goes to Sam's wife's house and let her know, hey, this dude is not dead. He's alive. He might be coming over here. So as Jed goes to use the phone, he sees Uncle Sam's mask is on the counter and approaches Uncle Sam. So we get to see him in a better light with all the cool special effects. He attacks Jed, throws him through the wall, which good thing he don't die because he's one of the best characters, in this movie. So Uncle Sam sees his wife, she pulls out a gun, shoots him a couple times, and they know that they really have to do something because he cannot be killed in a normal fashion.
Come on, somebody answer the damn
Take a good look at me, soldier. You made me into this.
No. You never fought for your country. You just killed for the love of killing. You're nothing. So just die.
Oh, Jody.
My poor grieving wife. Do you still love me?
Not a good dad'll do.
It's no use. That son of a bitch won't die.
So Jody tells Jed to go get the cannon, and they're going to formulate a plan to kill Uncle Sam, as Jody is pretty much trying to fool his uncle by telling him, hey, I still want to be just like you. We can leave off together. We belong together. Stuff like that. So Jed goes out, gets the cannon, and Jody's like, let's go outside. I want everybody to see us together. We're two of a kind. You know, fuck all the un-Americans, pretty much, you know. So Sam falls for it, and as he steps outside, Jody runs away. Jed lights the cannon, and it goes off, hits him, and they think all is well, but Uncle Sam's still alive. He's a little bit on fire, but he's not dead. So Jed reloads the cannon, shoots him again, knocks him back into the house. It gets an explosion, and Uncle Sam is truly dead at this point. The very next scene is the next day, and Jody's burning all of his army toys and memorabilia and whatnot, not wanting to be like his Uncle Sam anymore, and wants to find his own way in life.
Go on, get out. Jed, get the cannon.
Come on, let's get out of here. We need to go outside. Make sure she's okay.
I came back for you. You are the reason
I'm here.
I wanted to be like you.
You have to be dead first. Are you volunteering?
I was proud of you. You were like a hero. And now you're killing Americans?
Americans. These are the same people that left me to die in the desert. Well, now they've gotta face me. Your Uncle Sam.
Jody! We're here!
You hear them? I want them to see us together. To show I'm not afraid.
They're coming now.
I can't fire with Jody there.
He'll get out of the way.
I'm staying with Sam. He's taking me back with him.
Is that boy done gone nuts?
Light it.
Can you all see us? We belong together. He's my uncle.
Yes! Woo!
That was Uncle Sam from 1997. This movie was in every video store, including the last video store. It always had a cool lenticular cover where, you know, it's an old man, Uncle Sam, from the old paintings, and it's the evil undead mutant. Unfortunately, it doesn't look nothing like he did in the movie, but we split hairs here. This was always a fun movie. I remember as a teenager always renting this every time I came across it because it was fun. William Lustig was always a great director. I liked all his other movies that he had did at that point. Same thing with Larry Cohen. He wrote a really damn good script. The cast in this movie was excellent. The little boy who played Jody was cool. You got all the legends I talked about earlier. The special effects was good. The kills are all nice. This was definitely a really fun movie that's sadly lost in the 90s. So if you haven't seen this movie, I would say you should. I definitely give this movie a huge recommend. Out of 5 stars, I'm going to give it 4. You can still find it on DVD and Blu-ray, being that Blue Underground has put it out. I think you can find it on Amazon Prime, but you got to pay to purchase it. But you can find the whole rip on YouTube for free. Thank you for tuning in to The Last Video Store. Again, I'm your host, Bud Haddonfield, and I hope you all have a safe and fun 4th of July. Don't burn yourself up with fireworks or blow yourself up. Don't be un-American, because you never know when Uncle Sam's out and about looking to try to get you. So next time we're going to be doing the fun Jim O'Rear movie, Camp Massacre. Tune in, please like and subscribe, and you all have a nice day.
Michael Myers are the heroes on my past. Now the media is lying. Chucky and the zombies now Olympic cemetery. So